Okay, it is Black Friday here at the yard. It's 40% off, and it is the most people I've ever seen here. The parking lot was basically, it was harder to find a place to park, which usually it's not even halfway full. So there's actually no wheelbarrows. They were already all taken. So if I find bigger stuff, I'm gonna have to find, obviously pick it, and then walk it all the way back. See that red building is? That's the parking lot. So I'm gonna try and get small stuff just so the mere fact I don't have to keep going back and forth, but if something's profitable, you know, I'm gonna grab it. So let's see what we can find. Well, I looked at the badges on this limited Sequoia. These go for like 40 to 50, but see how they're peeling? Hopefully you can tell. And the ones that sold are not peeling. So unfortunately I gotta leave those. All these ones on the back, they went for like around 100, but they're all peeling again. I guess the clear coat on them is peeling up. But generally speaking, from what I've noticed, gold badges go more than silver. I don't really know why. I don't know if they made less of them or people just like the look of gold. Don't really know. But yeah, so unfortunately, this could be around 100, more than $100 right here, but everything's peeling. And I don't know how to fix them, or, you know, I'm not gonna like sand them down to fix them up or anything like that. But always look for those. Shout out to Limestone Picker Garage. When I first was watching YouTube channels, his popped up about junkyard picking, and he's the one that got me into badges. And I never really thought about it, but they do sell well. He sells a lot of them. He knows a lot about them, a lot more about them than I do. He recently gave me a shout out on his channel. I helped him out with a couple things and wanted to return it. He's a good guy. He also has another channel called Limestone Picker, I believe, which is more of like thrifting, garage sale type stuff, which my channel was like that earlier if you go back and look at my videos. So we kind of do the same things. He's in the South too, I think. I'm in South Carolina. I think he's in Alabama. I could be wrong. But yeah, knowledgeable guy, super nice guy. He's entertaining to watch. So if you want to learn about badges, definitely check his channel out. And he goes to Junkyard too, so he's picking the same type of stuff I am, I guess you could say. So anyway, check his channel out. I'm going to link it in the description. But yeah, always look out for gold badges. Here's this 03 Sequoia. I hooked up my little battery booster thing here. And I wanted to test a couple things, and speedometer does work. She died at 209,000 miles. Oh, this just came on. It didn't come on and walk to the front. So the ceiling console does work. I'm gonna get this because they sell for 100 if you can show that they do work. The radio does work. It's missing that button there. I'm gonna look around and see if I can find it. But if you can show that and take pictures at the junkyard, so it's just easier because everything's working, so you can tell. I think this, I don't remember how much. I think a low one sold for like 40. I think they're like 50 to 60. Speedometer I haven't looked up yet, but I sold a 4Runner one for like 70. So we'll see how much this is. And this armrest, this one doesn't have any damage on it, but there's so many in the market. They sell for like 20 to 30, so I don't think I'm gonna get that. But they also they just left the top of the engine, and this first time I've seen like a part of the engine in the vehicle. I don't know why they didn't leave it out in the front. I'm leaving the window regulator. I got 2 of those so far. Just listed the first one. Again, there's the rear window. Viewer gave me a pointer how to take that out, but it's so cold I don't think I'm gonna do that. And lately there's been Sequoias here every time I've came, so I'm sure next time there'll be another opportunity. So I think it's about it on this. I have the side mirrors. I haven't listed those yet. I will when I go home, so I'm not gonna get any more of the mirrors. Okay, I'm back in this 93 Suzuki Sidekick that I was in one of my previous videos. This speedometer has about a 50% sell-through rate. It sells for like 130, 150. And 50% means about, in the last 90 days, 50% of them sold. So that's a decent amount of sales. I can't figure out how to get it. This last wire right there, it goes back. And there's not like a clip. Like, see those clips right there? You just unplug from the back. So, and the problem is, when I was here last time, the passenger and driver door would open. Well, somebody broke them. So I'm like stuck in here. And if I could open this door, I could probably get underneath there and see. But I don't have much room. Long story short, I'm leaving this. Plus, I have to carry this around for the rest of the time. I looked at this heater control unit cover. This goes for like 55, but I got to get back there. There's like plugs. And again, I don't really have much room to, I mean, I guess I could, but, and then I think I'm going to leave it. It's kind of like too much trouble right now. And I got several other cars I want to look at. When I'm walking back, if I don't find anything else, then I'll probably stop and maybe try to get this out. But if this unit right here, including this thing, if I can get this out, that goes for 130. And here's are the buttons that I originally took off when I got this, the trim bezel. There's 4 of them, and 3 of them are still here. If I remember right, these goes for like, I want to say $10 each or something like that. I looked for the 4th one, and it's not around here. But these 3 should, I don't know, be 20 or 30, and they're like super small, obviously. So definitely getting these 3. If I don't find much for the rest of the day, I'll come back and try and mess with this. But that's another thing, the Junkyard, a lot of these doors, people will break them. And I don't know if they did them intentionally. I mean, this is old plastic, but neither the front 2 open. So I had to like crawl through the back right here, which I'm gonna have to crawl out right now. So, all right, on to the next one. Okay, back, here's this 99 VW Beetle. I don't remember if this is one in my last video, but this is the passenger door. The driver door is damaged, but there is a crack here, but people sell them without this even on it. And this is the driver door switch trim, I guess you'd call it. That's gashed up. I don't know if you can tell. Let me see if I can get it in the sun. And see the top, it's kind of worn. I've never sold these before, and this is very large to ship. I'd have to like go buy a box for it, which would probably be, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks at UPS store, I would think. So I don't know. And they sell for like $185 in this color, this gray, I'm sorry, this black top with a gray bottom. But I just don't know with it. I mean, it's not in perfect condition, and it would be a lot of work if it doesn't sell. Well, if there's a lot of work, if it doesn't sell, it really wouldn't be a lot of work. But just carting this to the front, and see right here, that's worn. I just don't know about this one. If it was in better shape, I'd totally get it. I don't know. What would you guys do? Has anybody sold VW interior door panels? These things sell very well. The red ones, from what I can tell, like have the red top. Those are the most valuable ones. But, I mean, this could be... And somebody's... There's one exact color for 160. It looks like in better shape. So I'd have to sell it for lower than that. So let's just say 150 at best. And with it not being the best condition, having to buy a box for it, I don't have experience with this part, so I don't know. I'm gonna walk around on the way back. Once again, if I see anything else, I might come back and grab it. But what'd you guys do? Would you guys buy it, or would you leave it? And today's 40% off. I could take this out. I think they would probably charge me for that, and that is kind of gash out. I could take that out to make the price even less. Here's a Lexus 03 LS430. These temperature control buttons on each side. This is the driver, there's one on the passenger. They go for like 18 or about 20 to 30 each. The sun visors, this one has like a burn mark, and it's not major, but I just feel like someone's not going to buy that, or they do a return on me. So the passenger one's okay, but if I was going to take the time to get them down, I would do the set, so I'm going to leave them. This wood trim, some people sell the whole sets of the wood trim, like the trim on that, of course this, this, that, and various, how many items are in it, depending on the price. I saw some people were selling just that trim piece for like 70 bucks. And this by itself, like the cigarette lighter, I think goes for like 30. This trim piece, anywhere from like 20 to 40. This is, I thought this would be worth more. This is only going for like 18 to 20 or something like that. This right here, the vent and the heater control system, see that's cracked right there? So I'm not going to get that. But if it wasn't, that was like, was it 75 to 150 or something like that? Anyway, it was valuable. It was definitely worth getting, but I'm not because of that crack. So this is one of the cars I had on my list to come and see. It wasn't here since the last time I was here, but it's been here for about a week at least. So if I can figure out how to get these out, I don't know if you have to take the whole dash, this part off to get to them. But not sure. It is kind of cold here. I got started late because it was literally in the high 20s this morning. I'm in South Carolina, so right now it's about the 40s and it is windy. So it's not as motivating environment because it is cold. But we'll see. This is the second or third car, so just see what else is out here. Here's one of the cars on my list. It's an 01 Lexus IS300. It's got all the rear badges on it. I'm gonna grab those. They go for like 20 to 30. This inside has really been stripped. It's kind of rare in here that you just see this. I don't know what this, some type of support bar. But yeah, the whole dash is gone. Whole console right there, all the trim. So it's, the speedometer's here. Look at how cool this looks though. Like, I like how it says Lexus right there, but I don't know if you can see some type of like heat damage. Which it's nice this is sitting here. This, if it worked, if I knew it worked, it'd go for like 50 to 60, but with that sun damage there, I'm not even risking that. The shifter assembly, it goes for 50 to 60, but it's like really grimy, and I'm not gonna deal with that. This too, I mean, look at how that, some of this stuff is just, I mean, it could be worth cleaning. Depends how much time you have on your hands, I guess you could say, and how much you need money, but that's just nasty. I'm not messing with that. I would like to get in to starting to look at steering wheels. I know they're bigger. I've never taken one out. I need to look up how you do it. I know you have to pop this cover off, and most people use like an impact wrench to get, there's like, it must be a big nut in there or something. But I mean, this steering wheel's shot, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I do know the, I think you call this the blinker assembly on vehicles is usually worth it. I kind of looked at this to see to get it off, but I don't know. The plastic's kind of cracked around it, which probably doesn't have anything to do with it, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that. This is called the, God, what did they call that? I just looked it up. I'm going to call it the dead footrest. I think that's what they called it. That goes for like 20 to 30. So that's like 4 screws. I think I'm going to grab that one. The accelerator and the gas pedal, they look cool. I like that style. But the ones that sold, you have to get the whole linkage up in there, which I'm not willing to do right now. So I'm going to leave that. But let me grab these badges, and then we'll move to this 4Runner right there, right behind it. That's on my list. Here's the 01 4Runner Limited. I grabbed the rear brake light. That goes for like 30. The Limited one was already picked off. This one's pretty picked over. 4Runners are always picked over fast. I'm actually surprised this much is left. As you can see, the doors are gone. A bunch of the engine, the fender. This trim panel right here, this is wood trim. This goes for 50. If it had like the button here, which it doesn't, I don't know how much that would affect the value. Maybe about 10 bucks or something. I don't know. I've never sold one, so I don't really know for sure. The speedometer goes for, I don't think it was like 50, especially if you can tell if you can work, which this does not have the key, so I couldn't. Once I got it home, bench tested it, but I don't feel like taking all that out for that. If the trim bezel was in here, that goes anywhere from like 80 to 150. Of course, that's already gone. The shift link assembly, I think that was 90. But they all, see how this one has paint chips. I mean, again, I don't know if that's going to affect it, but I've never sold one. And before I sell a product or an item, I want it to be in the best shape as possible so I have the best chance of selling it, because if I'm investing the time, I'm going to have to clean it and everything. Then I want the best chance of selling. So I'm going to hold off. I want to wait till I find one in better shape. I don't know, or if any of you guys have sold one, what's your experience? I mean, do you think I should get this, or should I pass and wait? Of course, the armrest cover's gone. Sun visors are gone. The ceiling console's gone. Yeah, 4Runners get picked over pretty fast. The passenger mirror right there, that guy's right there. They've been there for like 20 minutes. The mirror glass is worth like 30, but if I can get the whole assembly off, it goes for like 90. So, but I'll probably come back once they're done. Hopefully they'll be done soon and grab that. If the minimum, I'll grab the glass, which would be like $4 since it's 40% off today or something like that. But I think as of now, and again, I haven't got a 4Runner yet. I could take that panel off and do the same with Sequoias, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it right now. So I'm sure the regulator's probably worth like 100, 150. The rails 50 to 100. Of course, the glass is probably around the same thing as Sequoia, like 150 or something, $100. But it doesn't have the struts in the back, or if it is, they don't work. So I'd have to prop it up. And excuse me, too much work is getting too cold. I'm gonna pass on it. Somebody else can. Right next to the Limited 4Runner is the Limited Highlander, and I thought I watched somebody's video where the trim bezel was worth like a lot of money on it or something like that. This was already out. This is the wood grain. It sells for like 30. And this ashtray, this was already out too. I think that's around like 20. But if you have the heater control unit, what was that? That was like 100 plus, but it's already gone. And maybe the navigation is the one I'm thinking about that made me look inside this. But regardless, I did find the mirror glass. Now I did look up the whole assembly. It's really not worth much more than just the glass. So the driver and passenger side are worth, it's like 40 to 50 each one. This is the driver's sun visor. It is kind of special. It's got those buttons on it and it's illuminated, or it can be. That goes for 60. So I'm gonna get these three off of this Highlander. Okay, so I was excited to get out here to see this 03 VW Beetle Turbo Red, because as I mentioned before, the red doors are the most valuable that I've seen. There's a set that sold the door panels, which that one's already gone. This one got macked. Here it is right here. This Beetle actually took a hit. I'm surprised. But yeah, you go for $600 for the door panels. They're gone. The passenger one is destroyed. And I looked the driver mirror over there, the driver's side mirror. That one, that little model sells for like around 100, but I can't figure out how to get it off. Because underneath, most of the time there's like bolts. There's this thing. I guess I could try prying it off, but I can't. I didn't really see a way in here like for any bolts. See, it's just metal. And those guys are right next door that I need to get the four on the other side. But so anyway, I'm probably gonna leave that. I'm getting a lot of stuff without a wheelbarrow, so I might head to the front. Or there's some Jeeps left on my list, unless I see some other random stuff. But yeah, man, that sucks. I wanted those door panels on this Beetle. This is gonna conclude the Black Friday Junkyard sale. This is the most people I've seen at this junkyard. If you do like this content, if you can consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, most importantly, I would appreciate it. And there's much more content like this to continue.